On the girls' side, Chenango Forks out in Vestal to face the Golden Bears. The Blue Devils looking to score, but it's the tallest player on the court, Caroline Rayan, saying, "Get that out of here." Forks were mainly on fire due to Maggie Warpus. This layup put the team up 30-19 in the third quarter. Golden Bears needing to come back. Renzo splashes the corner three to cut it to 8. Warpus, though, was too dominant in this one. She dropped 23 points, which helped the Blue Devils win 47-34. Over at Chenango Valley, where the Warriors hosting the Oneonta Yellow Jackets, it did not take Oneonta long to score. Seconds after the opening tip, Selena Wellman is wide open to put her team up by 3 and sinks it. Chenango Valley not going down easy, though, with Abby Rosengrant getting up and under with the nice layup. Wellman again, though, this corner 3, converting an open 1 deep ball. It's good. Madeline Hayes answering back with the pull-up 3. She finished with 24 points to lead the Warriors to a double overtime win, 59-54. For the rest of the girls around Section 4, former Athlete of the Week, Emma Fillion dropped 33 points as the Wildcats beat Corning 52-33. Dryden coming away with the 4-point win over Trumansburg. Newark Valley taking down Lansing 48-30. And a Class C showdown with Moravia coming out on top over Tioga. And also in Class C, Candor getting the 54-43 win over Marathon. And a 1-point win for South Courtright over Walton.